All right, man. Last night, playoff packing P, aka Pandemic P, aka Paul George, had a bad shooting night. But now, he throwing James Harden under the bus. He said, "I'm not James Harden." All right, let's talk about it. That's the subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and I'll do a brief review of yesterday's game as well. He said, "I ain't James Harden." I know James at home. James in his hotel room just chilling with his feet up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we up 2-0. Everything going really, really good. I'm feeling good, feeling great. And then you got playoff packing P, Pandemic P, saying, "I ain't no James Harden." Fuck y'all niggas thought. I ain't no James Harden. But basically what he was saying was that he wasn't the limited player on the court. All right? He said he could score, but also he impacted the game in several other phases. He can defend. He does more than he does the job on both ends of the floor. So basically, he calling James Harden he called him an offensive juggernaut, but basically saying defensively he don't bring nothing to the table. He calling him one-dimensional. Now, James Harden been giving a better effort defensively, this year. And, obviously when you basically get dubbed, being lazy on defense and not being able to defend, no matter if you go out there and you defend hard, and your effort go through the window, people still gonna continue that narrative. All right, but he been trying. If James Harden loosened up them shorts, he probably can move a little bit better laterally. But, usually the cry comes before the fall. All right, and Paul George is falling. And Kawhi Leonard has had to deal with two of the worst playoff performers of recent history in Kyle Lowry and Paul George. Somebody was telling me on my Facebook, well, Kyle Lowry had 20 and 10 in the finals. What are you talking about? Like, he didn't do that shit before Kawhi Leonard got here. Did y'all forget? See how quick people forget that him and DeMar DeRozan was choking in the playoffs every year? Of course, when you sit next to Kawhi Leonard, you gonna ball better. Kawhi Leonard bought the best out of Kyle Lowry. People forget Game 1 versus Toronto last year, round 1. Where was Kyle Lowry? He had 20 and 10 in the finals, and nigga, that's because of Kawhi. Kawhi gave him that confidence, and also the brother, a Spicy P, Pascal Siakam stepped up. If Paul George get it done with Kawhi and Kyle Lowry, he won the ring, I don't want to hear nothing else. The Browns complaining about some of the sorry-ass teammates he had, in playoff games and in finals and stuff. Kawhi done took two of the worst playoff. He could take two of the worst playoff performers to the finals, but I think it was unnecessary to throw James Harden in there. And I know James Harden, like, damn, man, why am I open target? If I'm James Harden, I can really check that nigga. I'm like, yeah, you ain't James Harden, nigga. You ain't got no MVP, fool. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no MVP. Trying to die on James Harden at the crib. Like, come on, dog. When he read this and he wake up, come on, man. But he ain't no James Harden, man. He can play both sides of the ball. But James Harden facilitates sometimes. He scored a ball. But in the playoffs, how I took it was, in the playoffs, James Harden don't show up. When the going gets tough, his shooting just fall out. It just magically disappear. And people going around saying that he getting tired and all this. But Paul George has been terrible, bro, in the playoffs, man. Game 1 he shot the ball well. Game 2 he had an excuse because he got in foul trouble. But yesterday he was out there looking Kentavious Caldwell-Popish. He was out there looking real Danny Greenish too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if his shoulder hurting again, because he had ice on his shoulder the other night, or that's an excuse. But it might be his shoulder hurting again because he shot well game 1. He might just be one of those dudes who got chronic shoulder issues. And I know Kawhi Leonard thinking to himself, like, man, I should have got Jimmy Butler. I know he thinking that. But, let's talk about last night's game, okay? Last night's game, Luka got injured, but before he got injured, they was all in his ass like a wedgie. All right. Kristaps Porzingis had a really efficient game. At one point, he was 10 for 16. Okay, shot the ball well, but you know he ain't gonna impact the game shooting all them damn threes. He got to learn to get on the block and dominate. And all he need to do was go find Dirk, and Dirk told him that's the difference. Him getting on the block was the difference between him winning the championship and him shooting threes. Was the difference between him not winning the championship. So until Porzingis get on that block, you know, he not going to be effective as he could be. And then the Clippers don't have really nobody who can fuck with him on the block. Especially when Paul George gets switched on him, or Paul George guarding him, or Marcus Morris guarding him. Even Zubac, he should be able to drop step or finesse him with the footwork. And, you know, until he figure out he need to be out on that block scoring, him, AD, Karl Anthony Towns, they not going to win shit. Real talk. They not going to win shit. That's why the people compare the big man and say, oh, the big man is a unicorn now. But it's not more efficient or better than yesterday's big man. There's no dominant big man in this league. Joel Embiid can be dominant, but he don't know how to keep himself in shape. You know? But yeah, last night it was basically, you know, Kawhi took over the game early on. He said basically fuck what Paul George talking about. And I'm going to take over this game. I'm going to score. I'm going to facilitate. I'm going to do everything despite Paul. And, you know, he dominated. You know what I'm saying? He dominated that game. Larry Shaman had a big dunk early on. He made some shots, put him in the starting lineup, seemed to be the difference. Lemon Pepper Lou made some buckets. Montrezl Harrell kind of came alive last night. Seemed like he kind of getting his shape in. So they really lining up to, you know, really crush him in this series, depending on how serious Luka injury is and how cautious they gonna be with Luka, because they not fighting for no damn championship. So it depends how cautious they want to be with Luka Doncic. And you know, me personally, depending on if it's just a sprain and he can go, you think about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I probably would play him, but I think Dallas got a really, really bright future moving ahead. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of really young guys, and I think what to add to Dallas is a really good rim defender. You know, a Clint Capella, the Mutombo, a Ben Wallace type of guy. They need somebody to get in there and do the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? They need some really good defensive guys. You know, Patrick Beverly type playing next to Luka, because Luka and Porzingis can't defend for shit. So they can score, they superstars, but they need dudes that can defend, do the dirty work, hit the open shots, the Avery Bradleys of the world. They need guys like that over there. And then I think, you know, that'll complete their maturation, especially if they get better dudes coming off the bench. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Clippers went up last night. Kawhi dominated the game. They up 2-1. Hopefully Luka good. He one of the best things smoking in the league, man, and he fun to watch. And so is Porzingis. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, subscription. Best way to donate. Share the video. Check out NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. One time we go.